Well, I think that out of the massive issues, there's probably three areas that I would personally pinpoint. The first one would be around good quality analysis and diagnosis of what's going on in the organisation. The second would be engagement, mainly of staff. And the third one would be understanding the dynamism of the organisation and of the context in which the organisation's operating. So just trying to run through those one by one. If you will think about the analysis, any change strategy that you're developing is based on some kind of view about what is happening currently in the organisation and what kind of pressures the organisation is under. And so if you want a robust change strategy, that's got to be based and founded in a robust analysis of what's happening. And it's very easy, I think, and quite frequently the case, that senior managers and senior staff in an organisation have only a partial view of what's occurring. And that might be because they give particular precedence to financial metrics, or that they look at some of the harder data and not other data. And so really and truly, that kind of process needs to be cross-checked against other perspectives, against wider perspectives, and particularly against what junior staff and other people in the organisation, and perhaps what customers think about what's happening. So that would be a point about the analysis. I think engaging staff is probably one of the most critical areas of all. There's a vast amount of research that shows that if you want to produce a successful change process and you want to produce beneficial outcomes, then basically you need to engage your staff in the process of change. And I don't mean by that all the staff in the organisation have got to be consulted about everything that's happening. It's perfectly viable to draw boundaries around things, but staff do need to have some understanding of what's going on and to be engaged in various ways, maybe to offer perspectives that haven't been understood before, but also to actually help the process along. And so I think that's a vital element. And the third area, I suppose, is perhaps one of the most difficult of all, that change takes time. It usually takes longer to play out than most people think. But in that period of time, then the organisation itself will be changing also. And particularly the external pressures on the organisation may change. So what you're doing is making change happen in a dynamic and uncertain context. And the change planners and those implementing change have to actually take account of that. They have to find ways of coping with that, and they have to find ways of responding to that. And that's quite a difficult process in itself.